10 carbs you should avoid for weight loss and 10 you can still eat. Embarking on the path to weight loss can be a formidable endeavor, particularly when it involves regulating carbohydrate consumption. While certain types of carbohydrates may hinder your progress, others can in fact complement a nutritious and well-rounded diet. Distinguishing between the harmful and the beneficial varieties is essential to cultivating a balanced and enduring approach to eating. In this article, we delve into 10 carbohydrates you should approach with caution, and 10 that can still play a vital role in a wholesome dietary regimen. Armed with this guide, you will be more empowered to make thoughtful and informed nutritional decisions. White bread. A staple on many breakfast tables, white bread may appear innocuous, yet it is far from it. Devoid of fiber due to intensive processing, it triggers swift spikes in blood sugar, often followed by a lingering sense of hunger. Envision sinking your teeth into its soft, pillowy texture, comforting perhaps, but offering scant nutritional benefit. For those on a journey toward weight loss, steering clear of white bread is a prudent choice. Opt instead for whole grain or sprouted varieties to maintain a more balanced and nourishing diet. The next time you're tempted by a slice, consider whether its feather-light appeal is worth the hunger that inevitably returns. Sugary breakfast cereals. Radiant in hue and brimming with sweetness, sugary breakfast cereals remain a beloved morning ritual for many. Yet beneath their cheerful facade lies a troubling truth. They are often laden with added sugars and lack meaningful fiber, rendering them poor choices for sustained fullness. Though each spoonful delivers a delightful crunch, the fleeting satisfaction fades quickly. Instead, begin your day with cereals abundant in fiber and protein for a more nourishing start. While these sugary options may entice, they can easily derail your weight loss goals by contributing to excessive and unnecessary calorie consumption. Baked goods, cookies, muffins, pastries, warm, fragrant, and irresistibly appealing. Baked confections such as cookies, muffins, and pastries are undeniably tempting. However, these indulgences are frequently crafted with refined white flour and sugar, delivering a high caloric load with minimal nutritional value. Their inviting aroma may beckon you, but indulging too often can significantly hinder your weight loss efforts. Reserve these treats for special occasions and instead, opt for wholesome alternatives like fresh fruit or a handful of nuts. The next time you're enticed by the bakery aisle, consider the empty calories concealed within those deliciously deceptive delights. White rice. A dietary cornerstone for many cultures, white rice is cherished for its mild flavor and adaptability. However, its low fiber content causes it to digest rapidly, often resulting in blood sugar fluctuations and a swift return of hunger. Picture a steaming bowl of white rice, comforting and compatible with countless dishes, yet offering minimal nutritional benefit. Opting for brown or wild rice introduces more fiber and essential nutrients, fostering greater satiety and supporting weight management. Choose alternatives that not only fill your plate, but also nourish your body and sustain your sense of fullness on your path to healthier living. Potato chips. Crispy, savory, and undeniably addictive, potato chips are a go-to comfort snack for many. Yet, their blend of unhealthy fats and refined carbohydrates makes them all too easy to overindulge in, while contributing little in the way of nutrition. Though their crunch may momentarily gratify your palate, the calories can accumulate swiftly and stealthily. For a more nourishing alternative, reach for air-popped popcorn or crisp vegetables paired with hummus. The next time your hand hovers over a bag of chips, consider options that deliver both satisfaction and support for your weight loss journey. Soft drinks and sweetened beverages. Bubbly and saccharine, soft drinks and sweetened beverages are widely favored thirst quenchers. However, these sugary concoctions are laden with empty calories that accumulate rapidly without offering any real sense of fullness. While the effervescence and sweetness may be momentarily satisfying, they often lead to unnecessary caloric intake. Opt instead for water, herbal teas, or naturally infused waters to stay refreshed and hydrated without the burden of added sugars. Be mindful of your beverage choices, as they play a significant role in shaping your dietary habits and influencing your weight management goals. Pancakes and waffles, made with white flour. A beloved breakfast indulgence, pancakes and waffles made with refined white flour can quietly sabotage your diet. Though their fluffy texture and golden brown perfection may be comforting, they often lack the fiber necessary to maintain steady blood sugar levels, leaving you hungry soon after. Imagine a towering stack drenched in syrup, undeniably tempting, yet offering little in terms of lasting nourishment. For a healthier alternative, choose whole grain versions to enjoy this morning classic without compromise. Elevate their nutritional value with fresh fruit toppings, ensuring your breakfast remains both satisfying and aligned with your weight loss goals. Candy and sweets. Vibrant, alluring, and intensely sugary, candies are a tempting indulgence many find hard to resist. Yet, they are composed almost entirely of sugar, devoid of the fiber or protein needed to temper their impact on the body. Each bite can cause a sharp insulin spike, potentially encouraging fat storage. To satisfy your sweet cravings more mindfully, reach for fresh fruit or a square of dark chocolate options that not only please the palate, but also provide beneficial antioxidants and nutrients. By opting for smarter treats and practicing moderation, you can savor life's sweet moments without compromising your health or weight loss goals. White pasta. Celebrated for its adaptability, white pasta serves as the foundation for countless comforting meals. Yet much like white bread, it is lacking in fiber, making it all too easy to overconsume without achieving lasting fullness. Picture twirling a forkful of spaghetti, delightful to the senses, but perhaps not the most supportive choice for weight loss. Transitioning to whole grain or legume-based pasta introduces greater nutritional value and promotes longer-lasting satiety. These wholesome alternatives allow you to enjoy your favorite dishes while staying aligned with your health and wellness goals. Snack crackers. Snack crackers, though convenient, often contain refined flour and oils, offering little in the way of nutrition. Their crispy texture might seem satisfying, but they can be high in sodium and low in fiber. Consider replacing them with whole grain varieties or crunchy vegetables for healthier snacking. These options can provide the crunch you crave while supporting your weight loss journey. The next time you reach for a cracker, think about the wholesome alternatives that can nourish your body better. Quinoa. Quinoa, often hailed as a superfood, is a complete plant-based protein rich in fiber. This ancient grain has a unique texture and nutty flavor, making it a versatile addition to meals. It supports metabolism and keeps you full, making it a great choice for those aiming to shed pounds. Imagine a bowl adorned with colorful veggies and a sprinkle of herbs, both visually appealing and nourishing. Incorporating quinoa into your diet can provide essential nutrients without the weight gain worry. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes bring a burst of color and sweetness to any meal, packed with fiber and slow-digesting carbs. Rich in vitamins like beta-carotene, they are not only nutritious but also satisfying. Picture a warm, roasted sweet potato with a hint of cinnamon. It's a delicious way to enjoy carbs without the guilt. Including them in your meals can support weight management while delivering essential nutrients. Embrace sweet potatoes as a delightful and healthy choice for your diet. Oats, especially steel-cut or rolled. Oats, especially steel-cut or rolled, are a breakfast superstar, providing soluble fiber that supports heart health and satiety. Their creamy texture and ability to pair with various toppings make them a favorite. Imagine a bowl of warm oatmeal, adorned with berries and nuts, offering a hearty start to your day. By incorporating oats, you can enjoy lasting fullness and energy for your weight loss journey. They are a versatile grain that blends nutrition with comfort, perfect for any meal. Brown rice or wild rice. Brown rice and wild rice are excellent whole grain options, higher in fiber and nutrients than their white counterpart. Their nutty flavor and chewy texture make them a satisfying addition to any dish. Consider a plate with brown rice alongside steamed vegetables. It's both filling and nourishing. These grains support blood sugar control and keep you full longer, aligning with weight loss goals. Choose brown or wild rice to enrich your diet and enhance meal satisfaction. Legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans. Legumes such as lentils, chickpeas, and black beans are a powerhouse of protein and fiber. Their hearty nature ensures lasting fullness and balanced blood sugar levels. Imagine a vibrant salad showcasing these legumes, offering both taste and nutrition. Incorporating them into your meals can boost nutrient intake and aid in weight management. Whether in soups, salads, or as a side dish, legumes are versatile and satisfying, making them a great addition to any diet. Whole grain bread. Whole grain bread, with its hearty texture and visible seeds, offers more fiber and nutrition than white bread. Each slice is packed with nutrients that support satiety and energy. Imagine spreading avocado on a slice, creating a wholesome snack that fuels your day. By choosing whole grain varieties with minimal added sugars, you can enjoy bread without derailing your diet. These breads provide a satisfying crunch and nourishment, making them a smart choice for your meals. Berries. Berries, such as strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, are nature's candy, low in sugar, high in fiber, and rich in antioxidants. Their vibrant colors and sweet tart flavors make them an irresistible snack or dessert. Picture a bowl overflowing with these juicy gems, offering a burst of freshness with every bite. Incorporating berries into your diet can enhance both flavor and nutrition, supporting weight management. Enjoy them on their own or as a topping for yogurt or cereal. Air-popped popcorn. Air-popped popcorn is a delightful, low-calorie snack that satisfies the need for a crunchy treat. Unlike its buttery counterpart, this whole grain snack is high in volume and low in calories. Imagine a bowl of fluffy kernels with just a pinch of salt, providing a guilt-free indulgence. By choosing air-popped popcorn, you enjoy a satiating snack that aligns with your weight loss goals. It's perfect for movie nights or whenever the snacking urge strikes. Sprouted grain wraps or tortillas. Sprouted grain wraps or tortillas are a nutritious alternative to traditional flour wraps. Their increased fiber and protein content assists in blood sugar control and satiety. Picture a wrap brimming with colorful vegetables and creamy hummus, offering a satisfying meal or snack. By opting for sprouted grains, you add more nutrients to your diet without extra calories. These wraps are versatile and delicious, making them an excellent choice for health-conscious eaters. Vegetables with natural starch, like carrots, beets, parsnips. Vegetables such as carrots, beets, and parsnips provide natural starch, fiber, and a wealth of nutrients. Their earthy flavors and vibrant hues add depth to any dish. Imagine a tray of roasted vegetables, caramelized and seasoned to perfection, offering both taste and nourishment. Including these vegetables in your meals can enhance flavor and support weight loss, thanks to their nutrient density. Embrace these colorful, fibrous options for a satisfying and healthy diet.